What's up, guys? Today I just want to run you through how to use the Total Annihilation Escalation Demo Replayer made by the Swedish Yanksbankers. It actually comes with the Escalation mod, so I'll just run you through how to use it. First thing you want to do is open your Total Annihilation directory, open your escalation folder, and I've got these little folders in here for every little version that was released, so that if I want to view a recording from a previous version, I can simply copy everything from that version and paste it into this directory. And it also includes the demo replayer in each one, and you can download them off the escalation site. So every time you install an escalation version, it updates this file here, the server, inside the TA demo folder. This is the replayer. So what you want to do is you want to open it up, give it permission or whatever, and this is basically it. This is where you select from your replays. First thing you want to do is you want to set it up. So go into options and make sure that all of these are checked. The record automatically with appropriate file name, if that is selected, that means that every game you play multiplayer will be recorded. It won't record skirmish, but it will record multiplayer. The other thing that you want to do is, depending on your computer, you want to lower this update interval time because it is painstakingly slow on the default setting, which is around about here. I've just updated it and noticed a huge difference. If you are having issues with sync, I would lower this as well, but I've just left it on the default setting and I haven't had any issues with it. This is your TA directory. It says that you shouldn't put something in here. You should only put something in here if the launch TA button doesn't work. My launch TA button doesn't work, and it still doesn't work even with putting this in there, so I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. So that's basically it. You just set it up, this is the directory which your games will be saved, so just put something in there. Default is recorded games. Press OK, and now it should be working. The one thing that you should note though is, I'll just get out of this for a little minute. In recorded games, these are all the games that I've played recently or downloaded. And one thing that you'll notice is they have the dates on them. If you're going to replay, you have to have in this folder here the exact version of escalation. Like this file here has to be the exact version that it was recorded in, and you also need the exact map. Otherwise it will not work, you will get errors. So for example, V1 maps, that has had a fair few versions that are now no longer in use. So if you download a demo and it is on V1 maps and you have V1 maps, it may not actually be the same version. So just be aware of that. So if we just go to these recorded games, to actually get one playing, I'll replay this one here. This is what I played last night. You just open it with the server, with the server.exe, and it will, oops. I've got the files associated so that it'll actually open with it. You can open the server and find the file manually. But all you do is open that up, gives you a brief overview of what the game was. Hit play, select your connection as TCP/IP, and what it does is it creates like a virtual server and simulates as if you're on, an actual online game. Press OK. It will take a while, and depending on your computer and what settings you have in the options, it can take longer or shorter, depending. So these are the players there. Normally you'd hit Start TA, but I don't know, it doesn't work for me, so I just then go to my escalation exe and just load it like that. Now once you're here, you hit multiplayer, open a TCP IP. You want to have this blank, so if it's got anything in it, backspace it and then press OK and it will search for the game. Sometimes it doesn't find the game. If it doesn't find the game, just press update. Now you can either watch or join. Sometimes for me, watch doesn't work, so I have to press join. Sometimes join doesn't work, I have to press watch. So I'm just going to try join, and it's worked straight away for me. I do get you are missing 1 unit, but it never seems to matter. I think that just happens on everyone's. If you get any errors here, it's either to do with the maps, the version of escalation that you have, or the wrong version of the server. Another thing is that if none of these green lights light up and it just kind of hangs, what you may have to do is press previous. For me anyway, if I have any errors on here, sometimes it will come up with an error, but then instantly, as soon as I go back into it, it will actually work the second time. For some reason, it's working perfectly the first time for me now, but I've had a lot of troubles with this, with the demo replayer. So if you do have any issues with it, it is a bit buggy. I would just try and reload it as many times. Usually the first, second, sometimes even third try, it works for me. So don't give up too soon. Hit go, and then it should load. So if you press join, you'll get a little demo commander, but you don't really need that. So that's it. So now you watch your game. If I wanted to see the game from a player's perspective, I could open one of these like that, and then I can see his radar and all of that. Like this. I can see his line of sight and all of that. If I double click on this twice, it will actually move the screen as if the player was moving the screen, which is a pretty cool feature. And along the side here is just an overview of how much metal and energy that each player has. And then of course we can just go back to the original camera. Another cool thing is you can actually jump ahead in position of the game. So right now, if I type .pos, that will tell me the position that I'm 2% in the game. So knowing that, now if I just say I want to jump to, say, 20% of the game, I type .pos 20, and it's now setting the position to 20% of the game. If you look in the corner, all these units are spilling out, and it takes a little while to populate. Sometimes it comes up with an error, and it will actually crash, but for me, the error just displays, and then I press OK, and then it's mostly fine. It does take a little while though, like the units aren't in their actual true position just yet. You'll see some little errors here, there, and everywhere. It takes a little while to load, but can't see any bugs just yet. Might fast forward a bit further. 65. Oops. We've got the space.